We are getting new details today about a new helicopter that will soon be available to Toronto Police Service. Chris Glover joins us now from Downsview Airport. So Chris, tell us about this new eye in the sky.
Well, so as you just reported, Toronto is getting one of 5 new helicopters that are coming to the province of Ontario. And the Solicitor General started the press conference today saying you might be surprised that a city the size of Toronto doesn't actually have a dedicated helicopter at this point. That is set to change. And let's show you through the eyes of Constable Ramsey here what we do have at the moment. We have these drones that operate in the city right now, and they are certainly helpful, able to go and offer air support for police investigations, but they do come with a lot of limitations. So they only can be flown as far as the eye can see. They can't follow, for example, street racing, and they just don't have the speed or the versatility of a helicopter, which brings us to the other vehicle that you're seeing here, and that, of course, is the helicopter. Ontario currently only actually has 2 helicopters. Both of them are flown out of Orillia and service the entire province. So obviously getting more of them is hugely important, according to the police agencies that were here today. The chief of Toronto's police force, Myron Demkew, was here today saying that this arrangement that they've been doing with the OPP using one of the 2 helicopters that they have has been helpful. For example, on October 7th, when all of those events and marches, rallies were being held across the city of Toronto, the OPP helicopter came down from Orillia and was able to monitor things from the skies, helping Toronto police with their tactical responses to all of those events. But having a dedicated helicopter that will fly out of Toronto is crucial, according to the chief. Here's more from Myron Demkew.
Policing our great city is complex, and it is always dynamic. The new GTA Air Support Unit will benefit Toronto residents at no cost to the city. The Air Support Unit adds a dynamic new tool for the Toronto Police to be able to respond to various circumstances that are often dangerous and very unpredictable. I think about high-speed pursuits, dynamic gun calls, large crowd management, and missing vulnerable persons. These are just a few examples where having a helicopter will help us keep Toronto safe.
And you heard there from the chief, this is all coming at no cost to the city of Toronto. That's because the province of Ontario, back in late July, Premier Doug Ford announcing these 5 helicopters, one of which is going to be dedicated to Toronto. It's all going to cost the province about $134 million, but that is money that is well spent, according to the Associate Minister of Auto Theft and Bail Reform. Here's more from him.
Here at the Ford government, we take a lot of hits for the support that we show police. When we make investments like this, inevitably there's some so-called progressive politician that says we should be spending money elsewhere, criticizing our priorities. They call it a waste of money. And we think that people should be able to feel confident that their car will still be in their driveway when they wake up in the morning. We should feel safe walking to the corner store, going to work, and certainly in our own homes. And how do we do that? We do that by getting tough on crime, investing in police, giving these guys and gals the tools and the resources they need to do their jobs.
So of these 5 helicopters that are coming, Durham, Peel, and Halton, they will operate their own. The OPP will operate the helicopter that's going to Ottawa and the one that will be flown out of Toronto. And 5 Toronto police officers will be dedicated to that unit, that air support unit, in collaboration with the OPP, helping overhead in the city. And from what we understand from the chief, the helicopter is expected to come within the next 12 to 18 months.
I think you're right with what you said off the top. A lot of people surprised Toronto doesn't already have one, but now they do. Thank you, Chris.